shoot, all my life, even when I was in college. Shoot, my own offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien, told me I shouldn't play quarterback. So, there's a lot of things I can, have motivation on, and that is something I have motivation from. But look where I'm at right now, so, you know what I'm saying? So who gets the last laugh?
Yo, Jalen MILROE's career and come-up just feels like a Lamar Jackson situation all over again. Coaches just seeing a talented dual-threat QB and just automatically writing him off and telling him to change his position. Now, all athletes go through the stage of doubt, but imagine a coach telling you to change the position you've been playing since you were young, that you love. The adversity was and still is at an all-time high for Jalen MILROE. But let's take a step back and talk about where it started for Jalen. He attended Tompkins High School in Katy, Texas, and we all know that Texas is one of the toughest states to play in. By the end of his junior season, he had 2,600 yards and 37 touchdowns. 8 of his 37 touchdowns were with his feet, and he had over 300 yards rushing. In just his senior year, he passed for over 1,100 yards and 13 touchdowns. By the end of his high school career, he had almost 4K passing yards and 53 total touchdowns. He also had 550 plus rushing yards. That seems like a real dual-threat QB to me. And he led his high school to over 30 wins in just 3 seasons. He had offers from schools like Florida, Michigan, Georgia, but decided to commit to Texas. But not long after, he decided to flip his commitment to Alabama. And these are honestly one of the reasons why I respect Jalen MILROE so much. He had to sit behind a quarterback like Bryce Young and just learn for 2 years. And in this day and age, a lot of QBs would have just got up and left with how crazy the transfer portal is going. And just imagine you're sitting behind a star-studded QB like Bryce Young, all while your OC is telling you to change positions. That could honestly take a toll on any player, but bro really thugged it out. And soon enough, in 2023, he earned a starting QB job. In his first year as a starter, he threw for over 2,800 yards and 23 touchdowns, with only 6 interceptions. But all this didn't happen without some adversity throughout the season. After a loss to Texas, Nick Saban decided he wanted to bench Jalen MILROE. And honestly, bro, a lot of fans were calling for him to get benched. Like, he was getting bashed. But at some point in the season, he ended up earning his starting job back, and he never looked back. He was putting up numbers every game, and just like in high school, he's literally the fastest QB in college. How could you stop this man? And he could throw the ball. A lot of people would disagree with my statement of him being able to throw the ball, but he ended up leading Bama to a Rose Bowl playoff game against Michigan, but they fell short. This gave him a lot of momentum going into the 2024 season and was really starting to prove the doubters wrong. He had a saying called LANK, which stood for let a naysayer know, and he was really starting to let the naysayers know. Going into the 2024 season, he had a real chip on his shoulder. And he had almost an identical season with over 2,800 yards and 16 touchdowns with 11 interceptions. By the end of the 2024 season, Bama ended up going 9-4, which wasn't really expected, but Jalen MILROE entered the 2025 NFL draft, which a lot of people don't agree with, but I agree with it because he could be a steal in this upcoming draft. I'm really rooting for MILROE. The adversity that he came through is a different type of story.